you, Ampharos, L'Oreal, because your Pokemon are worth it. Hello YouTube, this is Chriz Maniac bringing you folks another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And this battle is an OU match versus Zahir. And looking at my team, I have a pretty pretty standard OU team, except for the fact that I have a Giraffrig in my team and an Ampharos. I guess Ampharos could be fine, but Giraffrig is like totally random. I just brought those two because I just newly EV trained them and I just wanted to try them out. Anyways, looking at Zahir's team, he looks like he has Ampharos of his own, and it looks like it's gonna be like a battle of the Mega Ampharos in this match. Also, something else that I noticed is that Zahir looks like he has a Volt Turning team in the form of Greninja, his Ampharos, and his Infernape. Well, it might be a Volt Turning team as a semi-Volt Turning team. Well, yeah, it'll give him a lot of offensive momentum in this battle if he chooses to go for the Volt Turning. Anyways, I bring in my Skarmory just to have Rocks because I see that he has no way to spin away Rocks in his team, so Rocks would be very beneficial for me. So in comes Slippy, he set up Spikes as Elite Greninja as expected. Greninjas usually do that. I was thinking he might go for a Taunt, but he doesn't go for a Taunt, which is great. I get my Rocks up, and he has Rocks on the side of the field, he can't spin them away, which is always great, especially in the beginning of the match, because over time, damage racks up on your opponent. Anyway, Skull doesn't even like burn me or do 50% to my Skarmory, which is pretty surprising. That tells me that his Greninja is not that invested in special attack, which is kind of strange. Greninjas often have max special attack. Anyways, in comes his Goku type Pokemon. He told me that this Infernape is named Gokon because obviously Goku plus Vulcan, the Roman name for the god of fire and forging and stuff like that. Anyways, I bring in my Rotom and I resist. Well, actually, I don't really resist his move. He goes for a Thunder Punch, which is neutral on my Rotom. And he does quite a bit of damage to my Rotom, considering that I am not a defensive Rotom. Anyways, he brings in Slippy, his Greninja, and I switch out right here. And the next Pokemon that I bring in is my Tentacruel, because I know that Tentacruel won't really take that much damage from Dark Pulse, and I'm hoping that he does have extra sensory. So he goes for Dark Pulse right here. I can spin away the spikes, whatever, that's all cool. And I could just wall him and then spin away the rocks, basically. That's what I'm hoping to go for. So Zahir goes for Dark Pulse, doesn't really do much to me. It does like, what, 30%? But he actually goes for his extra sensory right here, and it's really surprised me because Greninjas don't really carry extra sensory. They mostly carry Ice Beam instead of extra sensory, but I guess this works out really well for him because he hits me for super effective damage, almost taking out my Tentacruel. But I live at 9 HP, I get the spin off, which is great, and I can spin away his spikes. But the thing is, I lose a Pokemon in exchange for his Hazards, which is not that really nice, but looking at his team, it looks like my Tentacruel won't be doing much this match with his Rotom just running around. Anyways, in comes Thoréal, my Ampharos. I named it Thoréal because, you know, obviously Thor, from the Viking mythology, he has a hammer of lightning, and L'Oreal, which is like some sort of like brand for cosmetics. Anyways, it looks like my Ampharos is using a lot of L'Oreal on his hair. He goes for spikes right here, which kind of surprises me. I didn't think I would go for spikes again, so I go for a Volt Switch, which is kind of a derp on my part because I should have expected that, and I should have went for a Dragon Pulse right instead. But he goes for a second layer of spikes right here, just setting up lots of spikes, and it looks like my Tentacruel died for nothing, which is kind of a really bad misplay on my part. Anyways, I hit him up with that big Dragon Pulse, doing a lot of damage to his Greninja. It just knocked him out because my Ampharos is actually, especially defensive Ampharos. I have like a lot of defense EVs and HP EVs in this Ampharos. Well, special defense anyways. And I have the rest and special attack. That's why I don't really take this thing out in one shot. But Greninjas are surprisingly resilient. They can survive a Brave Bird that is banded at full health. Anyways, Zahir brings in his Alakazam, and that is great for me because my Ampharos is made to take special hits, even though it's super effective. I take like only 20% from that, and it's not even a 2-hit KO for my HP range, so I can take out this Alakazam in exchange for me surviving, which is great. My Ampharos is doing a lot of work right now. He is doing, or she rather, is doing what she's designed to do, which is to take special hits and deal back a lot of damage in return. So I take out the Alakazam, down this Alakazam, which is great. I Volt Switch right out of there, and I bring in Washington, my Rotom. And he brings his Meta Knight, which is his Metagross, which is a pretty funny name because it's a metal Pokemon, and Meta Knight, that really matches. And even have like the same beginning of the name. Anyways, he goes for medium match on my Rotom, which is kind of a risky play by him because I resist that, and I could have went for the Will-O-Wisp there, but I'm not the defensive Rotom. But anyways, with that, he can just go for the Bullet Punch and take my Rotom out, and that really sucks. I missed my Hydro Pump, and if I hit the Hydro Pump, I would have done a lot of damage to his Metagross, but now his Metagross is still alive and it's at +1, and that's very worrying. Anyways, he Hammer Arms my Skarmory, and that does a lot of damage to me, damn! But I can rack up my Rocket Helmet damage on him anyways, so I'm fine by staying in here just roosting up and just not minding this Metagross's attacks. Anyways, I go for the Roost right here, which is a bad play on my part because with that Roost, I lose my Flying typing, which takes away my resistance to Hammer Arm, a Fighting type move, and I'm only Steel type now, and he deals like super high damage to me. But then again, I can survive that, which is pretty nice, and I can just keep continually roosting up, and this Metagross will just keep hurting himself with Rocket Helmet. So my Skarmory is just comfortable right here, just being a really annoying bird or Gina, and just dealing Rocket Helmet damage to this Metagross. And he goes for the second Hammer Arm, and it does like a lot more damage than the first one. I guess he got a higher damage roll in that part right there, and he could knock me out with the next one, which kind of sucks. I thought I could keep living, but he goes for a Bullet Punch right here, just knocking out my Skarmory with my low amount of HP, and down goes Skarmory. I really thought I could live the second one, and keep roosting up, but I guess not. My Skarmory is down for the count, and actually, offense defeats defense in this part of the game, which is kind of rare. Anyways, I bring in my Scizor. I should have went for Pursuit in this situation, just try to knock out his Metagross, but I know I can wall him, and I can just go for the bad U-turn on anything that he brings in, and it turns out to be his own Mega Ampharos, which will soon be Mega, and I deal a lot of damage to the Mega Ampharos. So this Ampharos is down for the count, it's almost dead. It's not gonna do much this battle. So I bring in Tao, my NU Pokemon, my Giraffe Rig, and he Mega Evolves into his Mega Ampharos, but it's kind of a waste of an animation and of time because I'm just gonna smash this thing with a Psychic next turn and knock Baba out. So, yeah, I could just go for a Psychic and destroy this thing. Anyways, I named my Giraffe Rig Tao because it's like half of like two things, which is like darkness, which is his backside, and his like front side is all like happy and stuff. So Tao is kind of like fitting for that name. Anyways, I outspeed his Vivillon right here, which is kind of surprising. Vivillons have like higher base speed than a Giraffe Rig, like by a couple points, but it turns out that I'm faster because I'm timid, and he's probably Modest or something, and I can just knock him out with a T-Ball. So my Giraffe Rig is actually doing work in OU. It took out 2 Pokemon, which is kind of hilarious. Anyways, my Giraffe Rig days are over because it gets knocked out by a U-turn from his Infernape, and it is back to seriousness right now. It is 3 versus 3, I believe. Or 2 versus 2, rather. His Infernape and his Metagross versus my Scizor and my very low HP Ampharos, which will die to Stealth Rocks and Switch-ins. So basically it's all up to my Scizor right now, Brynhildir. He goes for a Bullet Punch on my Scizor. That's kind of surprising because he would outspeed me, I think, and he would have done a lot more damage with Hammer Arm, but that's not the case. I just Pursuit Trap him, and down goes that Metagross. And the last Pokemon left is Infernape, and I still have my Ampharos as the KO fodder. So I'm hoping that I could like knock him out with a combination of Stealth Rocks plus a Bullet Punch crit, and I'm banded and the max attack and adamant. So maybe I could do it. And Infernapes are kind of like they're kind of frail because they're mostly offensive Pokemon. So I'm hoping to get a crit right here, which is only like 6% chance. But I'm banded and I have max attacks and adamant. So there's a possibility I could knock him out with this range of HP. Or just make it a draw even, with like him knocking himself out with a Flare Blitz. So I go for a Bullet Punch, a Moment of Truth, and what am I kidding? It doesn't knock him out because he's a Fire type. He goes for a Flare Blitz, just finishing my Scizor off, and I got fried, I got wrecked, destroyed, and it's not even enough to knock him out with that range of HP that he's in. So that was a very close battle. That was a 1-0 victory in Zahir's favor. So that was a very good battle, Zahir. I hope you enjoyed this battle, folks. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you folks next time!